You're listening to Three Things to Know with Stephanie Haney. The people you want to hear from and the things you need to know in Northeast Ohio and beyond. Get in the know, stay in the know. Starting right now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Three Things to Know podcast. I'm Stephanie Haney, and this is episode 2, and I think that is something that we should celebrate. I like celebrating things in general, but I'm very happy to be back here with you again for the second installment of the Three Things to Know podcast. Now, if you are just getting to know me, I am the digital anchor at NBC3 here in Cleveland at WKYC Studios, and I'm also the legal analyst. I'm licensed to practice law in both Ohio and California, and in law school, I worked in the nonprofit clinic my third year. So doing that, basically, I helped charities get recognized as charities so that they could get that tax-exempt status and do all of their good work. If I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be doing something in that nonprofit space. But this is what I'm doing. And I tell you that because that is tied to our main topic today, which is paying it forward, working with charities, volunteering, doing good things for other people, just being nice, and also shouting it from the rooftops when we're doing that, because studies do show that kindness is contagious, and not just when people are doing kindness to you, but when you see other people doing kindness for other people, it is contagious. And when we do kindness ourselves, it's actually good for us. Now, it's a little bit taboo to be talking about doing good things for the benefit that you get yourself, but it's not a bad perk to get benefit out of doing good things for other people. And according to the Cleveland Clinic, there are legitimate health benefits to being kind and doing things for other people, both mental and physical benefits. Some of those mental benefits include increased self-esteem, greater overall happiness and satisfaction. And then for the physical benefits, it can lower your stress levels, it can lower your blood pressure, and you can actually live a longer life if you spend some time doing kindness. Now, you might be wondering, how can I possibly think about paying it forward right now and doing kindness when the world is literally a hot dumpster fire right now? Let's not pretend that we're not in the middle of a pandemic. Let's not pretend that we haven't just gone through a very tense election that is still not being accepted by everybody. And, you know, it's just tough. It's tough right now. It is. It's tough to think about other people. But we are going to get you in the know on how you can work towards doing that starting right now with the man who has made it his personal business to pay it forward, the founder of Random Acts of Kindness Everywhere, Ricky Smith. Ricky, thanks for being here today.
Do you have like any noises or like applause sounds?
No, but we could just drum roll.
That's enough. Too much. Actually, you know what? I can do this. I have my DJ equipment.
Oh, okay. Let's get some audio effects in here.
There we go. Okay. Sorry, that's probably next episode when the budget goes up. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I like where your head's at. We'll circle back to that. Ricky, Cleveland icon, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. I like how you have the little enemy in the back just styling on me. I have nothing in my background, but here we are. That's fine.
You know what? When you're the icon that you are, simple is all we need. That's it. Just you. That's
well
all
played,
we need.
Well played.
All right, let's get down to it. Let's talk about, for people who don't necessarily know who you are, if there is anybody out there, the story of RAKE and how it got started for you.
Yeah, so Cleveland boy, born and raised. It always starts with a woman or love. I went through a pretty bad divorce when I was out in California, and it was just down and out. My family didn't know, my friends didn't know. Still keeping positive energy, but it was little things that people would do or give on a daily basis that kind of just got me through it. Just, hey, I'm out here, kind of funny. I'm working on this comedy stuff, trying to be a writer, and just going through it. And I reached a point where I just kind of hit my wall. I was like, you know what? This is it. I had $20 left in my name, and I took the $20 as a kind of like whatever to the universe. Bought 4 pizzas in LA, and decided to have a pizza party for my friends. And it was homeless people or people a little down and out. And with their permission, I asked to just have lunch with them. And I simply sat down. They didn't know my story. I didn't know their story. And we just had pizza. And I posted it with their permission on my social media feeds. And about 5 to 6 other people did it that same day on their social media feeds. And lo and behold, next day, I get a call from Cartoon Network that a writing gig I was up for, I got. So I was like, oh my God, okay, universe, got to keep this going. And it's been a crazy ride. From there, I did a 17 days in 17 city tour with nothing but a cell phone ID and a PayPal card, simply just letting my followers and friends simply tell me what to do. Kind of on the fly, I came up with this rule where I couldn't ask for anything and I couldn't say no. So people would have me go from doing comedy shows at a retirement home to collecting blankets. Oh, I actually babysat. I never talk about this.
Oh,
I've actually
wow.
a woman in Phoenix goes, hey, I know this family. They never get to go out. Do you mind babysitting their kids? And I was like, okay. So I babysat this family and their kids, and the mom and dad got to go out. The mom was just getting through with chemo. So even then it was kind of big, but the kids were amazing. Still friends with the kids to this day. But that was 8 years ago. And it went from just being me, just seeing if I could do something, to being a 501c3, a nationwide campaign. You know, McDonald's got on board and Cricket and all these brands and stuff. But at the core of it, I'm just this kid from Cleveland, Ohio, who just wanted to be the change you want to see in the world and just kind of motivate and inspire people.
All right, before we go any further with this, I just have to say, you're putting a lot of trust in your followers to say that you can't say no. So that speaks to your circle for sure, because I'm not sure I could do that.
It does, but I'll be honest with you. For me, and I say this all the time, and I know I'm in a place now where it might go one and not the other, but for me, I was going through it. And the only people I had was these strangers. And they didn't know I was going through it, but I would just hop on Twitter, hop on Instagram, and I'm seeing the same accounts. You know, when you get that nice flow of people you follow, and it's like they never knew what I was going through, but I might hop on and see this retweet or this repost. So for me, it was like a true family. So I know social media is just beat up, and we'll talk about that a little later on, but it's like, for me, my followers truly got me through my hardest times, because it was just an outlet for me. I'm in California, I'm living in my car, and for me to just be able to plug my phone into the phone charger and then go in my living room, which is my back seat, and open up my social media feed, to be all the way real with you, it really was me meeting up with these followers. So, hey, I have some people in DC, I have some people in Atlanta. So it was like a way for me to say, like, hey guys, like, I know what you guys have done for me. Let's do something for the world together.
Bringing the social media world into the real world.
Yep.
You gotta love that.
And I've been blessed. No creepies. It was no creepies the first tour.
That is definitely a blessing, and I am very happy to hear that, and hope that continues for you throughout all of this. I think that something that people can probably relate to pretty strongly right now, particularly, is really going through something and having that challenge. There's a lot of people who are down and out right now. Then you said the very next day you had that huge moment for your career with the Cartoon Network. And then just recently you were on the Drew Barrymore show because of your connection with RAKE.
I call her Drew. We're best friends now.
Oh, okay. Tell us about Drew.
Yeah. Drew, she's an amazing woman. We've been friends now for about a week and a half. I've texted her. She has texted me back. I don't think it's the right number, but no, just amazing.
She'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, it's just amazing ride for me, because it's like, again, I never sought out to be doing something that would be so big in the eyes of the world. It was just me. Even just those things, it's just still like kind of cool. Drew Barrymore, E.T., like, who doesn't love E.T.? And it just shows, though, that if you put your mind to it, if you want to truly be the change you want to see and you're committed to it, people want to be inspired. People want to be motivated. And sometimes people think way too big on both sides. They think you have to be motivated by these saints, or these people are rich, these people are famous, you have to have 1 million followers. When I started this journey, I only had 600 followers. And it's just one of those things where it was like, just do what you're doing. And if you're doing it true to yourself and you're trying to make the world a better place, it will resonate with people. But Drew, they reached out to me on social media, on Instagram, was like, hey, we see you doing these amazing things with pizza and this and that. We would love to bring you on the show just to show people, those good vibes, good energy, especially now that we need it with, all this going on in the world, even more so in the United States. But you made a good point. I say the phrase, we're all going through something, but this time more than any time, we literally are all connected. People we never met, people we don't see. And I'm thankful I don't do it for the praise. I don't do it for, the glory. But I will be honest with you, those moments are amazing to me because it's a motivating, inspiring, not only for the people I don't know, but the people that's been on my journey. They know this story. The people that knew that, I was living in my car, people this and that here's this guy who literally, just had a conviction and a plan, and he's doing good and he's being recognized for it. So I don't take those lightly. It's not a thing where I, whatever, but it's like, that's kind of cool. I shout out Cleveland. I always make a Cleveland reference, but
Yes.
It's for me, it's just something that, it's kind of yin and yang.
Well, and it just expands your reach too, right? Because you went on the Drew Barrymore show. She talked about what you did. She had taken a particular interest in your pizza party 8 years ago. And then what did she do? What did she do for the city of Cleveland?
She blessed the city of Cleveland. I like how you said that, because people have been thanking me, and I'm like, no. I am the Batman of pizza now. She blessed the city of Cleveland. God, that was great. She blessed the city of Cleveland with pizza for a year. I was thinking pizza for a week, maybe a pizza a month. This woman and her staff did 50 pizzas a month for a year. That's wow. 600 pizzas. Paid for it, already took care of it. I just had to let them know when I want to do this, distribute it. We could do Mondays. We could do, if you have a birthday, free pizza on RAKE. Like, it's just things that, again, makes it kind of cool. And you said it best. Like, I could have done this out of LA, but I always wanted the story to be, there's a guy from Cleveland who did XYZ. Nationwide, nonprofit. We're all over the world. We're doing these amazing things, but I always want that to be, hey, there's this cool guy from Cleveland. There's this cool guy out of Cleveland. And so far it's been working.
Obviously it is. And like you said, you're not doing it for the attention. And it definitely is not all glitz and glamour, because RAKE is your foundation. That's your cause. But it's not your job. You're still a working person. You are a comedic writer. And productions are on hold right now. So you're not immune from these challenges that people are facing.
Not at all. I'm in it too. It's funny because people perceive sometimes things to be greater than they are on social media. So people might think that, this person be fine or they're doing okay. But nah, I'm in an industry where actually both, even with the RAKE, we usually do charity events. We do something once a month where we get everybody together, make sandwiches. We haven't done it. We do a big charity event where I bring celebrities in town. We do a bowling event. We've had, who's who come in. We haven't done those. Like you said, my 9-to-5 career, as far as writing and comedy and doing things like that, I haven't done it. LA is pretty much shut down until we figure this thing out. But it's two ways to look at things, man, right? So you could be woe is me, which we all were at first. You can be like, you know what? Let me figure this out. And I took the time to just do things I've always wanted to do. I started Spanish, didn't really succeed. I've been learning how to roller skate. I actually went last night to do roller skating. I'm literally learning how to DJ. Here's my equipment right here.
Oh, look at the turntables.
Yeah, this is it's a whole production right here. But even with that, I learned how to DJ during the quarantine, something I've always wanted to do. But then I used that to go to retirement homes, bought the whole equipment, the extended extension cord, had my mask on, and then I ended up DJing at about 10 to 15 different retirement homes, which somehow the BBC picked up, and it went international virally that I'm DJing in retirement homes. So something that came out of, almost a world ending, people, are benefiting from me learning how to DJ in my true quarantined dungeon, if you will.
So you are one of the people who's taken the quarantine, bettering yourself, learning something better. Some people are playing chess. Some people are eating a healthy diet of a bag of Doritos a week. I might be counted among those. I'm doing some other things too, but I'm having my healthy supply of Doritos.
Cheetos. Wait, are you Cool Ranch or regular?
I am the Flaming Hot Doritos if I can, but the regular, definitely not Cooler Ranch, and I really like the Flaming Hot Cheetos personally.
I'm a Cool Ranch guy. Like, if I could put more ranch on it, even though I will be honest with you, I never put one and two together, that it was just a tortilla chip with cheese on it.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's okay. Nobody's perfect, Ricky. You're allowed to have a flaw. You can like those Cooler Ranch Doritos. It's fine. More spicy Flaming Hot Doritos
all
for me.
All yours.
All right, so you talked about how you learned to DJ, and you mentioned that, and that got a lot of attention. That's so incredible. I've seen those videos on your social media feed. So how else has RAKE been innovating? What have you been able to do to continue to pay it forward?
Well, off the bat, we found out, actually, it's funny, it's sitting here. We found out that bags, like promotional bags, we just kind of guessed. We found out that they're the same material that masks are made out of. So
Okay.
out the gate, we actually did about 1,500 masks and
Wow.
distributed those locally. We did 100 lunches a day for a lot of people and kids that fell between the cracks that weren't receiving lunches because schools were shut down.
Right.
We did the DJing. I was responsible with some other people. I was doing a Black Lives Matter street mural here in Cleveland. I know I'm missing a lot of stuff here.
That's a lot of things, though. So you're missing a lot, but that's a lot.
We adopted the best one. We actually, with the help of Cleveland Clinic EUH, we actually made meditation rooms in some of the hospitals.
Wow.
We brought in lava lamps and chairs, and we researched the stuff and brought in healthy snacks. We got to do that at 2 different locations. Wow, I forget a lot of stuff. We actually, I did a couple of weeks where I linked up with Swenson's locally, and we brought food trucks to the locations. We wanted to do not only just the frontline workers, but the people that worked at the hospital. So the janitorial staff and the front desk, and we did, meals for those people as well and their families, and we brought them pizza and stuff like that. So just kind of always, I have a running joke that I say, you don't have to be the smartest if you're the most creative.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is always trying to find that area of things that people maybe aren't thinking about, but then doing it in a way that you can literally duplicate what I'm doing. Like, I don't want it to be a spectator nonprofit. I want you to literally, wherever you are, and go, oh, there's this guy I know out of Cleveland that I follow online who just did this. And to me, that's why I'm not a fan when people say, oh, I wish there was more Ricky Smiths in the world. That wouldn't be good, first of all. At all. Second of all, though, it's like, hey, figure out what you're good at. We plant trees. We've done things where we adopted, animals. We've done all of this stuff, even during the pandemic. But it's like, figure out what your why is and go with it.
So that's the point, right? You found ways to make it work, even though you can't necessarily be passing out the pizza hand to hand like you did 8 years ago. You found ways to make it work. So what are some suggestions? You said you don't want it to be a spectator situation, of course. How can people pay it forward right now that are just trying to make some kind of an impact?
I think the easiest way, even if it's not what we're going through right now, but just in general, checking in on everybody. Mm-hmm. I know when I was going through what I was going through, a simple text and phone call, you never know what's going on the other end of the phone. And I think we're more connected now than ever by way of phones, but yet we're disconnected. Mm-hmm. We've traveled more. We don't live in the same cities. We're busy and we have different work schedules. We have kids, and people are avoiding the virus, and we're looking for masks, and we're trying to find our place in the world. And so for me, just checking in on people, I challenge people to once a day, just even if you want to text, just text somebody in your phone, somebody from college. It could be a cousin, it could be an auntie. Hey, how are you doing? You were on my mind. And I've been almost undefeated. I'm kind of giving this away right now to my friends that are watching this, because they always think they're the only one I'm doing this to. But every time I've done this, every single time, every single day, it hits. It hits, because like, Rick, I really needed this. Rick, I appreciate you. And that's simple. I mean, yeah, I can say go out and pay, for the person in line at McDonald's, to drive through, or I could say, go and, which I've been doing anyway, to my families. I've been sending them Uber Eats and DoorDash food around 3 o'clock. You got to do a little earlier. Don't do it right at dinner time, because then they'll have 2 dinners. But I've been sending them food to their house, stuff I know they like, with notes. That's going well.
That's a love language for sure. Surprise food, I could see that.
Well, sometimes I got to tell you something. I've just started a big diet and an exercise challenge with some friends. And a friend of mine yesterday sent me wings. The thing is, they don't even live in Cleveland. They researched the best wings, and they knew my flavor a week ago. This is how demented this person was. A week ago, they talked about wings, and then sure enough, knock on the door. It's 12 all flats, crispy lemon pepper wings. And it was like, So, yeah.
Lemon pepper wings are good ones, too. I don't eat chicken anymore, but when I did, I would get down with the lemon pepper and also the honey thai, and also just extra hot.
Flats or drums?
Flats.
Are you one of those cauliflower people that act like it's wings?
Buffalo cauliflower? Oh, yes, I am.
Come on.
Oh, yes, I am. And also, by the way, vegan boneless wings are delicious. They have them at Yard House, which is here in Crocker Park. I'm very happy to say that they have a Yard House here, and they're pretty good. You look skeptical. For those of you who can't see him, it's a very skeptical face right now.
My thing is, call it what it is. Just call it vegan cardboard. Like, it's like the whole turkey bacon thing. No, it's just turkey slabs. It's not bacon.
That's true.
Yeah. Like boneless wings. There's no such thing.
That's true, because the wings have the bones in them. So we're really just eating chicken nuggets.
Chicken nugget. Yeah, fat
boneless
chicken
wings
nugget.
are a lie. So they might as well be vegan because they're already a lie. All right, back to the paying it forward. So you got the wings. That was really thoughtful for sure. Maybe a little bit derailed from something else that you had going on. But I would like to pose another suggestion right now that I think would be a very simple way for us all to pay it forward. Mm-hmm. We could all be wearing our masks pretty diligently.
100%. My sister and brother-in-law are both doctors. So I, if nothing else, if not for myself and my 72-year-old parents who are amazing. What up, Mom? It's just for them. It's doing it for others. It's just doing it. I think it's cool. It keeps me warm. I like to scrawl sometimes if people don't know, like, my emotions. I like to think like I'm like a crusader. So when I get in the car and I put it on, it's like, but no, we're in this together. And it's like, even if you don't want to, right, which is a whole nother story. Even if you want to, just think of others. Like, there's a lot of things we do in life, right? Like, I don't like to wear socks. I don't like to wear shoes. Sometimes I don't like to wear pants. But guess what? When I go in public, you better believe I'm wearing pants.
And society thanks you for it, Ricky. They do.
Yeah, they should. 'Cause if they had pantsless like I would be the leader. I would motivate and inspire the world to just go pantsless. But anyway, wear the mask, man. Wear the mask, sanitize. It's even the people I know that's gotten it, they might not say it openly, but in private rooms, they're like, it's the worst thing in the world to get. It's miserable. You're scared. You don't know, even not the doom and gloom, the lasting effects. I mean, I just read something that, people are still without taste. Some people are still without smell. Some people, we don't know. A year from now might be, people's fingers might fall off. I don't know. I hope not.
I hope not too. But we are definitely still learning more and more about this every day. And also to your point about it being warmer. I mean, it's cold outside now. So a mask is truly just kind of like a very personal, snug scarf.
Oh, I've found the ways. I mix mine up. I have like the face one. I have like my N95 when I'm really going to combat. I have my cute ones with the designs. Like I coordinate now with my outfits. Like I'm wearing all black today. I'll probably go black mask. If I'm going like to dinner, a little bit more formal, I have a formal mask. But I'm having fun with it.
I'm just really intrigued by the fact that you have a formal mask. I like that you have the different masks for the different occasions. Fan of that.
Why wouldn't I?
Of course. I mean, I don't know. Why wouldn't you? You're absolutely right.
You can't wear your morning mask for your. Wait, do you only have one type of mask?
I'm a very minimalist person. So I've got one black mask. It matches everything. I wear it with everything. I also have a skull mask. That was more of a very particular Halloween purchase, but I plan on wearing it.
Do you have a fun mask?
That would be the skull mask, I would say.
No. You have to literally. That's my kindness to you. That's my kindness to you. You have to. I got you. I'm gonna mail you some masks. I got a whole group of masks that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you.
I'm seeing a Bane too, like a Bane.
Yes. I don't know how you figured that out, but that's definitely my vibe. A Bane mask.
Hello, we're best friends.
I do want to talk about. We are. I hope that we're closer than you and Drew Barrymore. At least, if you text me, I promise I'll text you back.
Just know your role. Just stay where you are right now, okay? Don't worry about others.
All right, fine. I won't get caught up in it. But I do want to know what is next for RAKE for your app. I know you have some very exciting things. I just gave it away. Tell us what's coming up.
I was like,
I didn't mean to do that.
Coming to the stage with a big surprise, Ricky Smith. Who is it? Okay. No, we've been working. I've been working on something literally for 8 years. Did not know it would take this long. Kind of again, like we said, with the pandemic and just me having the free time now. I've always wanted to have an app that was connected to kindness. I had never seen anything like it. Had done a lot of research, but I wanted a way twofold. I wanted a way to track kindness. So I don't know if you've ever seen it, but if I pay it forward, somebody writes on $1 and you try to see where the dollar goes and it never works, you might see that dollar, once in a lifetime. But I wanted this a way that if I bought you coffee at Starbucks, then I can somehow be connected to you to see if it keeps going, right? Mm-hmm. So, but I also wanted a way to send out a random act of kindness of the day that we all can be connected to do. And then I also wanted another way that we can literally, as society, we can actually share our acts of kindness. And kind of been pumping my head for 8 years, paid a lot of money on my own pocket for something before that did not work out, but was blessed that I got some guys locally, one guy from Akron, one guy from Cleveland, who for the last 4 months, we've been working diligently on this app where all those three things come together. It's a news feed like Instagram where you're posting your kindness. You can, rate it. You can say, hey, that was kind of cool what I saw. But then also a way that we have a system where once a day, if you want to be in it, I don't like to get those texts nonstop, but you can get the kindness of the day. Imagine how cool it is if 1 million people, when we can touch and go outside again, are doing high fives because they got the notification. You do that, the act of the day, you go in there, you get certain points, you can redeem those points at different places. But then we made it kind of cool as we actually came up with a bracelet. I don't have the bracelet in front of me, but we have a bracelet that has a chip, and that chip literally can be scanned at various places as well as your phone. And it literally lets people know what you are doing and what you're connected with. I can literally scan it, go straight to you. I can then compete with you if I want to. If I was like, hey, for the next 24 hours, let's have a rake off. We can let our friends and our network and our people, vote who's doing the coolest kindness. We could also do it in a bigger way, but it's just a cooler way to be connected, but a way to just kind of bring us all together in kind. Those times when you're down, when you just need a little pick-me-up, social media might be too much, might be too political, might be too that. You just hop on there. You're now connected to somebody in Baltimore who's doing this. You never thought that's cool. The thing about doing that before, now you're doing it. So we've been doing a lot. We've been working on it. We're in beta mode. It should be done hopefully December 1st to roll out at worst case scenario, January 1st. But I wanted to make sure, again, it's out of Cleveland. The goal is to make sure only people in Cleveland are downloading it that first couple of weeks because I want it to be here and before we take it out to the world.
What a great idea to have an app that is specifically just tracking kindness, because just like you said, social media can be a lot. And if you know you're only going to get kindness from this app, that could be such a beautiful place for people to go for just a little joy in their day.
Yeah. But also a way, too, to link other nonprofits, other organizations, other things that care. We have it in a way that you can literally make your own tribe. And even with that tribe, you can literally send notes. You can fundraise through it. Just ways that, again, it just makes it a place that hopefully is a one-stop shop just for kindness, if you will. Social media can be a lot. It's changed a lot, unfortunately. Even right now, my Twitter account is currently hacked and being held hostage.
Oh, no.
It's no longer mine. I made another account because I still want to stay connected. But, yeah, hopefully I can get that back. It's been 2 weeks. Of not being able to speak to people. I know you sent me a message. I apologize for not returning that message.
I know. I thought I was getting iced out, but now we find out what happened.
I never received the message. So, it's just different energy, but just trying to, again, bring that light. A guy told me years ago something that was really profound. He said, when you see these horrible situations, right? When you see like the Boston Marathon, bomber, we say, oh no, the world's going to heck. And, these guys are doing this stuff. We'll never be safe. And he said, how many people were involved in that? 3, 4, whatever. He said, but how many people did you see come towards the help? How many people fundraised? How many people, cared? How many people, flew flags and all this stuff? And he said, we only sometimes focus on those 2, 3 bads, but we never see how many people come together against that. Humanity's still humanity. And I think, more now than ever, people come together. People are giving more now than ever. That's a true fact that people are still, the generation, under us is caring, and they're all about the environment and things that I never thought I would see. So, it's just, we got to just make sure we're being the energy. It's like one of those things where when you want a new car and you start looking at this car, this Tesla, and now all you see is Tesla. You see Tesla, you see Tesla. Same thing works with kindness and good energy. When you start becoming that person you want to see, then you become in that world of seeing that. And that's what I preach so much to people. I say a lot of times it's telling. When somebody goes, oh, it's so much bad in the world. Well, when was the last charity event you went to? When's the last, you went to? How many boards you sit on? Well, I don't have the time. Well, then you're telling on yourself, because in the last 8 years of me doing this, learning about other organizations, seeing other friends, my closest friends literally in Cleveland, Ohio, to this day are people I met doing charity work. And, we still drink. We still have a good time. We still are a little bit more wild than most, but we just have this common ground that we're empathetic to others. And I just think people get so boggled down on caring about others. If you take, control of yourself, then you start seeing things a little different.
I think your point about when you buy a car and then that's the only car you see really transcends here, because kindness is contagious. So if we see people sharing those moments of kindness, and this is something that you and I talked about before, some people will, put people down for sharing their moments of kindness, when really the best compliment is imitation. That's the most sincere form of flattery. So the more kindness we see, the more we'll see it in other people.
Yeah, and it's just this place that people assume that you do good and you're quiet about it, which is okay. But we have Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, if you still can find it. Us just saying, look at me, look at me, look at me, even for good. Even just look at my kids going to school, or look at this sandwich I ate, or look at me this bathing suit. Nothing wrong with that. But it seems to be this taboo situation where if you're doing good, shh. Mm-hmm. And my thing is like, you know what? Why not show yourself doing good if it motivates and inspires people? Like, what's wrong with that? Well, it looks like you're bragging. Well, guess what? I just bragged about this new car I got. I just bragged I got this 22-ounce steak, with garlic on it. I just bragged about my kids. I just bragged about my mom and dad's anniversary. So why not show yourself doing good if you have a following, you have a voice, whether you have 15 followers or 15,000 followers. If it motivates and inspires other people, yeah, we're going to turn on Ellen. We're going to see this basketball player doing good and have that moment of, oh, but you know what? We have our own medias, social medias. Wow, that was deep. That we can broadcast our own stuff. We can do it in a way that we want to do it. And I tell people all the time, people go, oh, well, what about people just doing it to, just to boast or get, to brag or get whatever. If the end results is somebody having a better day or good energy, who cares? Who am I to find somebody's motivation, right?
Sure.
Let's be honest. The brands that I deal with, right? There's lots of sponsors I deal with. End of the day, yes, they care about my movement. They care about me and they want to make the world a better place, but they still got to sell something. And I just wish the world would just, if we all did one act of kindness and posted it, right? What would that do to our psyche? What would that do to our energy? We would almost then shame people who isn't doing kindness to be like, dang, I'm not doing kindness. Let me go out and do kindness. And to me, that's just the mind state that I would love to see people get.
And I think that you are definitely doing your part. I know you're definitely doing your part to move that forward. Now, I know you said your Twitter was hacked, but we want to let people know where they can find you so that they can see these things. So this might be the toughest question I've asked you today, but where should people follow you?
Rick on you. I'll get it back. I'm blessed, and I know that it will happen. It's actually a great hiatus for me. It feels kind of cool to just be able to tweet and not have to worry about random people saying things. But RAKE is after my favorite Outkast album. They had an album called Stink on Ya, and my name is Ricky Smith, so those names are always gone on all social media feeds regardless. So Rick on Ya on all social media feeds, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, even Facebook, RAKE. But Rake is, you can Google it. It's rakenow.org is the website. That's the Instagram and Twitter feeds, also Facebook. But I'm almost like Candyman. You type in Rake or Rake Now or Ricky Smith, and it's almost hard not for me to pop up.
Well, I'm just really happy for one now to know how to pronounce your Twitter and Instagram handle because I wasn't sure.
It's
Rick Onya.
Onya. Perfect. It's Outkast. It's my favorite group in the world, and they're at an album like Stink on Ya. It comes from in Georgia. There's a lot of, I'm sure you know, there's a lot of cities, Lithonia, and they put the Onya on there. So that's kind of a play on that. And then I was like, you know what? It's kind of cool. Like, I don't want to be __053 Ricky. So I just kind of went with the,
I'm in the underscore club because there's a couple of Stephanie Haneys out there. There's a Stephanie Haney on Twitter who hasn't tweeted for a really long time, but she's got the franchise on no underscore, but it's fine.
I kid you not on my life. We used to work with a Stephanie Haney.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, when you first followed me, I said, wow, she's now a journalist.
Oh.
and
Well,
she's from Akron.
really? I'm going to need to connect with this Stephanie Haney. I wonder if she's the person who is squatting on my Twitter handle.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Her Twitter handle. It's her Twitter handle. It's fine. The underscore is fine. Ricky, thank you so much for making time to talk with us today and this conversation about Pay It Forward. We really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me, honestly and truly. Like, just for me, anything locally, it means the world to me. Yeah, the Drew Barrymore is cool, but as a kid, like, just being able to do things in Cleveland and have your city literally, I mean, I get a day in my honor, Frank Jackson every year. Like, that's cool to me. Like, I'm a Cleveland guy. I'm a sports fanatic. I'm, Cleveland Browns, Indians, Cavs. Like, I threw out the first pitch of the game. So when I'm recognized locally in Cleveland, for me, it means a lot, honestly.
You are definitely doing a lot of good for the city, and we definitely look forward to the RAKE app and seeing what's happening with that pizza party. We will be watching it, and of course, we'll let everybody know about it. And the links to follow Ricky and RAKE will all be in the show notes and everything. Ricky, thank you so much. We appreciate you. DJ out. Wow, what a collection of incredible experiences that Ricky Smith has had. And just a testament to the fact that when we are down and out, even when things are very difficult, which they are for so many of us right now, it's still possible to do kind things for other people that don't cost a lot of money, that don't take a lot of time, that aren't a huge investment on our part, and that we get such a great return on. And also, I really want to press that part and drive that part home, is that it's okay to get something out of doing good things for other people. I would say it's even probably preferable to get something out of doing good things for other people, because why not? Why shouldn't it be mutually beneficial? So very thankful for Ricky coming on and talking about those things, and also really hope he gets that Twitter situation figured out. Now, I am happy to hear that he wasn't just icing me out when I was trying to DM him to get him on the show, but really sad to hear for him that it's gotten hacked, and I hope he gets that figured out, because I want us all to be able to connect with him on those social media platforms, including Twitter and the Instagram and all of that. And it just doesn't sound like fun. So thinking of you on that one, Ricky. Now, here is something that does sound like fun. Hearing what you need to know in NEO. Now, what I'm talking about here is where we get you on the inside track for those hidden gems and those little secrets that can take a lifetime to find if you don't know where to look in Northeast Ohio, and if you don't know who to ask, which is key. Lucky for all of us, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's I know who to ask to get the answers to these questions. And someone who is very in the know is our 3 News reporter, Austin Love. So we're going to bring him in. Austin, thank you so much for joining us today.
What's up, Stephanie? Yeah, it's good to see your face. I haven't seen your physical face in person probably since March. So this is a nice little delight for us.
I know. It has been a long time, but of course, we had to get you in as the insider on this particular topic, because for people who don't know, so Austin is a regular feature on our weekday morning show on Go. He's also an Emmy winner, specifically when it comes to food and drink in Northeast Ohio, with your series North Eats Ohio.
They're going to put that on my grave.
So obviously you are in the know on this particular topic. So we definitely want your hidden gem. So tell us, what do people need to know about here?
Okay, so first off, I will preface this with being, I am not from Northeast Ohio. So I moved here with a complete blank slate. I'm from Rockford, Illinois, and very similar, like Rockford and Cleveland are somewhat similar. They're both kind of like manufacturing towns and blue collar type places. So when I moved to Cleveland, I'm like, I want to know where like local people go, and a place that you need to go. And especially if you bring people that have never been to Cleveland, you want to bring them to a Cleveland spot. You know, there's some bougie spots in Cleveland for sure, but you want to bring them to like a steel mill type place. And that is where the Rowley Inn comes in. And I have to give my girlfriend credit for this. So she introduced me to the Rowley Inn, and she lives like right down the street. I probably wouldn't have known about it. I mean, yeah, I would. I still probably wouldn't have known about it to this day, because it's kind of like tucked around in this corner. But I mean, if you know where the Christmas Story house is, it's not like on this main drag. Yeah. So it's literally right across the street there. So really cool spot, a Cleveland blue collar type place. So and right in Tremont. So Tremont's a really cool spot as well. So, but they got the bougie places. You got the Parallax, got the South Side, got the Barrio, that whole deal. Bring them to Rowley Inn. So Rowley Inn, if it doesn't get any more Cleveland than this is like their main staples. It's poutine, pierogies, and Stephanie, I know that you're from around this area. I mean, you're gonna agree with me on this, I hope. And then they got like kielbasa. They have meatloaf. They literally even have a kielbasa and pierogi dinner. And, they have all the Cleveland beers, the Great Lakes, the Market Gardens, the whole deal. And then, which oddly, this doesn't quite fit in, but arguably one of the best tacos that I've ever had in Cleveland. Yeah. So they have Taco Tuesday. And weirdly, I'm a huge brunch guy. So they have fantastic breakfast tacos. So I mean, if you need a hot spot to go, that it doesn't get more Cleveland than this place, and it's also fantastic too. And I don't want you to think it's like this like dirty little grimy place. I mean, it's clean, it's up to COVID standards and everything like that. That's good. Really a true slice of Cleveland, I would say.
That's good. We want everything to be up to COVID standards for sure. We're not advocating people go and get sick, definitely. Austin, a couple things that you mentioned there.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend took you there, being a local here to Cleveland. So I've been to the Rowley Inn twice, and I went for the first time with a local, with one of my very best friends from high school who lives in Fairview Park. So we happened in there because we went to the Christmas Story house in Tremont.
Yep.
So that's how I stumbled upon it. And everything you said is absolutely true. Here in Northeast Ohio, we love our pierogies.
Yes, 100%.
For sure. And the vibe of this place is just a little bit sassy. If you go to their website, it says on the website that it's a place where you can drink at 7 a.m. and not be judged. So anybody that says that, that's a friend of mine, because sometimes you just want to have a cocktail at 7 a.m.
100%. I haven't been quite up to par at 7 a.m., but I have probably kicked back a beer or two around 10 a.m. So maybe I need to move it up just a touch. Maybe right after the morning show, I can go there and grab a Miller High Life or something like that.
That's basically your happy hour, Austin. I can't believe that you're not drinking right after the show gets out.
Essentially, and sometimes, getting up at 2 a.m., your boy needs a cool beverage every once in a while, a few adult sodas. But it's funny that you say that. So I actually, preparing for this, was like, I need to find out a little bit more about the Rowley. And of course, I know that they have fantastic food and everything, but this is really cool. So what I found is that it was built in 1906, which is awesome because I love a cool place with some history, and you'll definitely find it there. But built on blue collar. So right next to it, there's the steel mills that are right there. So this was literally built for like third shift workers back in the day. So it was open early at 5:30 in the morning. They'd come right there after their shift. And that's probably where they got you're not going to be judged for having a beer at 7 a.m. And also, you mentioned the Christmas Story house. I learned this too. So if you're a big movie buff, listen up. During the filming of Christmas Story house, they used the upstairs as makeup and wardrobe. And then they would have some post-film meetings there as well. So You're getting a little slice of Cleveland. You're getting a slice of Cleveland, but also a little slice of movie history too. So, and here's one more kind of crazy thing I thought too. Just like if you're sitting in this place, maybe you had a little buzz on. I can just imagine this, where they said that extras were just patrons sitting at the bar a lot of the times, and if they just needed someone to be out there in a minute, they would go into Rowley and people at the bar and be like, hey, we need an extra for the movie. Do you want to be on movie? I can just imagine someone who's a little too drunk and being like, yeah, let's go.
Sure.
Movie? Yeah, sure. So yeah, pretty cool.
That is awesome. I love it. And fun fact, this is just a little tidbit about my life. I had actually been to the Christmas Story house before I even saw the Christmas Story movie. Isn't that terrible?
Really?
This was just 3 years ago too. This was in 2017, but I did watch it. I did absolutely watch A Christmas Story after that. After I saw the house, I was inspired to watch it.
That's good. I need to get a refresher on the Christmas Story, the movie. I haven't seen it probably in 5-6 years, but it's definitely a movie I grew up watching because I don't know how, did you not own a television, Stephanie? Because TBS on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, I believe, played the Christmas Story for 24 straight hours.
I think I was too busy in the kitchen harassing my mom to make deviled eggs. I think truly is what it was. I was like, Mom, are the deviled eggs done yet? So I wasn't watching A Christmas Story. But I made up for it. That makes sense. I did.
Yeah. And if we're going on this Christmas story rant, maybe this might ruin the movie for you if you're from Cleveland. Of course, they have like the Christmas Story house there, and that's where they did a lot of the filming for the house. And they did some cool things like in downtown Cleveland, whatever. But like some of the scenes, like the school scenes, those are shot in Toronto, not in Tremont. Yeah.
Yes, we did know. We definitely, that's pretty much out there for sure. But the house, we've got the house. It's
right
here
there
in Tremont, and it's right across from the Rowley Inn. So another reason why. And I can vouch that I have had the brunch there, and it is phenomenal. It wasn't at 7 a.m., but I did have the brunch there.
Yeah, brunch, especially on like a Saturday, Sunday, especially if you had a late night, you're rolling in there around like 10:30, 11, Bloody Mary, a little cocktail for you, and get the hair off the dog for you.
Mm-hmm. That definitely sounds like a more timely brunch situation for me. Maybe even more like 1 or 2, but they serve it later too, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So if people want to check out the Rowley Inn, I looked up their Instagram handle. You can find them at the Rowley Inn, literally on Instagram. Lots of cute photos there, and I can also vouch that they have very cute holiday photo ops.
Did they really?
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't been there around the holidays, I'll admit, but I heard that they have like a holiday cocktail list. I could be completely making this up. Rowley Inn, if you're listening to this, there's a golden ticket idea for you.
There you go. If you're not doing it already, Rowley Inn, definitely do it. Austin, thank you so much for sharing your need to know in NEO with us. Let people know where they can follow you, because you're always posting on this kind of stuff, especially with your Northeast Ohio series.
Yeah, absolutely. So Austin Love TV, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So, and if you want to hit me up on LinkedIn too, go for it. I'm on LinkedIn as well.
All right. Really going in there with the LinkedIn. Get Austin Love on LinkedIn.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for being here, Austin. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Stephanie.
Okay, everyone, please send me screenshots of you DMing Austin Love on LinkedIn. Nothing would bring me more joy. You can send those to me at _Stephanie Haney on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you very much. Speaking of social media, now it is time for a good follow. This is an account that you want to add to your social media feed, because I promise you it will make your feed a better place. And in keeping with the theme of paying it forward, we're going to talk about the Twitter account for Terminal Tower in downtown Cleveland. Now, if you are familiar with the Terminal Tower at all, you know that it is often lit up in different colors, looking beautiful in the downtown Cleveland skyline. If you want to know why, you need to follow Tower Lights CLE on Twitter. Now, what does this have to do with paying it forward? Well, a lot of the time, the tower is lit up in honor of a charity event or to bring awareness to an important cause. So some of the things it's been lit up for recently include National Philanthropy Day, when it was lit up blue and gold. It was also lit up bright pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's just a couple of them. It's always lit up for something incredible. And that Twitter account is where they announce why it's lit up the way it is. And also, if you're not downtown and you just want to see some beautiful photos of Terminal Tower, that's a great place to see them, because honestly, the skyline in downtown Cleveland is so beautiful. I recently took a picture of Terminal Tower in downtown Cleveland, and I posted it, and I said, it's almost like we have our own Empire State Building here in Cleveland. Well, I got a response to that said, no, it's like New York has its own Terminal Tower. And I stand corrected. That is absolutely the right take, because I looked it up. Terminal Tower was built before the Empire State Building. So yes, the Empire State Building is New York's version of Terminal Tower. I will not forget that, and now neither will you. That's it for this week's 3 Things to Know. I hope that you will come back next week to get in the know with me about shopping small. Next week is Small Business Saturday, so I will have Emily Lauer from Destination Cleveland and our 3 News contributor Laura DeMarco on to talk about all things Small Business Saturday. And that will be after Thanksgiving, which is absolutely incredible to think about. I can't believe that we're already at the end of November, but here we are. So I'll take this opportunity now to say that I would also be very thankful if you like what you're hearing, if you would subscribe to the show, rate it, and review it, and maybe share it with a friend, because sharing is caring, and this one was all about kindness and paying it forward, and maybe someone will learn something that they didn't know before and get in the know about what they need to know in NEO, or find themselves a good follow, or get some motivation to pay it forward. And I would also just really appreciate that. That would be great. All right, I will see you all back here next week. Between now and then, everybody have an incredible Thanksgiving. I am very thankful for you. I'll see you back here next week. I'm Stephanie Haney.
Thanks for listening to 3 Things to Know with Stephanie Haney from WKYC Studios. Subscribe now to stay in the know.